Hello, 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 namaste, assalamu alaikum, welcome to Good For Us, and quality shot at the same time. How you doing, Fazan?
I'm good. Yes, yeah. Quality shot and Cricket for Us 2.0, or however you want to put it. Yes, I'm really looking forward to it. Multan versus Quetta, and I know we haven't done lots of PSL live streams, so hopefully this is the first of many more. I know you probably had some subscribers asking about it. I've had some as well, so hopefully this can appease them a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. We're trying something new as well, by the way. We're trying to stream this on both our channels to see if that helps us, if that reaches a wider audience, and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for joining. Please like, share, and subscribe, whichever channel you're actually watching this on. Just go to the other one and then like and subscribe over there, which would be really cool. Right now, the score is, what's the score? It's 26-0 at the end of 4 overs. And they've gone to a pretty decent start. What do you think, Fazan, Multan Sultans?
Yeah, they have. I think it's Mohammad Rizwan has started off pretty well. Mohammad Hussein looks like he's bowling wheels. But yeah, I think obviously they're just showing the Manhattan now. It's only 3 off the first over, but then they had a big over in the second over. They got 11. So, but yeah, Mohammad Rizwan's going to be vital to Multan Sultans, isn't he? I mean, he's going to be so crucial. Shah Masood, I mean, yes, he's a little bit of an anchor, but I don't see him being super vital comparatively speaking. But yeah, Mohammad Rizwan, if he goes early, they're in trouble.
Yeah, funny you say that, because right now Shan Masood is the one who's taking the aggressive approach and Rizwan's the one who's taking a back foot. But yeah, I completely agree with you. Rizwan's going to be absolutely crucial for Multan Sultans in this game and moving forward. I just want to read a couple of comments. So first off, hello Ritu, thank you so much for joining. Glad you're here. Yes, I remember you, man. No worries. Good evening to you as well, Rinel. It's been a while. Hello, Fazan, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Hi, Reno. How you doing? Good to see you.
Oh, I don't know what to write. It says hello. It's been a very long time. Like Fazan said at the beginning, haven't done many live streams for a while, but we are looking to, at least I am, going to start live streaming a bit more than I have done over the past month or so. But definitely as soon as the World Test Championship starts, during that, I'm going to do at least a couple of days. And I'm sure, Fazan, you're going to do a couple of days as well, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%. And I'm sure hopefully we can find some time to do something together, I'm sure. But yeah, when the PSL's ending, 23rd, if I'm not mistaken, of June, it's 24th. Yeah. So there's still quite a bit of time left, 8 days left until then. So I'm sure as the qualifiers and then the finals come upon us, it's going to be ramping up because there's not too much cricket, I don't think, around that. So that'll be good.
Yeah, no, definitely. Rizwan is so quick with his hands. It's unbelievable. Like, I don't know. I've just seen that pull shot down to square leg that you just hit. He just whips it with his wrists. And it's like, how are you doing this? He's so talented. And
off the front foot as well.
Yeah, exactly. There's a question here, and I think you'll be pretty well equipped to answer this. Meet Sony says, Mayank and Gill, who is best for opening for India? Obviously, I think that's what they're talking about.
Well, I think they're definitely going to go Shubman Gill after the squad announcement. So Mayank Agarwal's not in there. I think Mayank Agarwal's really solid, but I think they're looking to the future as well. And Shubman Gill grew up as like a wonder child, didn't he? So he is extremely talented, as we saw in Australia. So short answer is, depends what you like, I think. But Shubman Gill, I think, is the long-term solution for India. And so they're investing in him. And realistically, he may not get fantastic results straight away, although he has shown a lot of talent. But I think the consistency will come. So I think he's definitely a better bet. Sharma with a really good pickup shot as well. Oh, the fielding was almost very good, but he flicked it whilst trying to keep it inside the boundary, and then it rolls into the boundary anyway. So unfortunately, not fantastic fielding, but good shot by Sharma Sood.
Definitely. Laughter Express says, hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Abdullah says, BR shirt. Yes, it is. It is boring reviews. Well spotted there. Well spotted. Ronel says, I see you as Jadwar. Yes, I am definitely representing boring reviews and Cricket for Americans. As I know they're really busy. So I thought, why not represent them in some sort of way on Cricket for Us as well. Asjad, how is your daughter? Yes, everything is good. She is well. She is partying like crazy, as an almost 1 month and old can do. So yeah, thank you for asking. Most impressive bowler and batsman so far in the PSL. That's a very good question. I'm going to give you mine first. I think Mohammad Rizwan, hands down. I've been so impressed. But if you look at just this returning of PSL, I think Tim David from Singapore, but then Australia as well, he plays in the BBL. Tim David has been a godsend for Lahore Qalandars. In terms of the bowling, I think James Faulkner, both of them Australians who've come in to this leg of the PSL and actually outperformed everyone. James Faulkner, 4 matches, he's already taken 11 wickets. Outstanding, man. What do you think, Fazan?
Yeah, 100%. It's hard to disagree. Obviously, Rashid Khan's bowled really well, but that was to be expected, I think, in the UAE. Mohammad Nawaz bowled really well yesterday, but probably hasn't done as well as you would have expected in the previous games. But he's got a big part to play today as well with the ball. But yeah, 100%. I mean, 2 Lahore players, I'm happy about that, although our form hasn't reflected in the last couple of matches, unfortunately. But yeah, those 2 have been really fantastic, I think, for us. The 2 Aussies, and hopefully they can continue their form, because otherwise we'll get thrashed even more, I think, in the next couple of games.
Yeah, definitely. And that's an outside edge. Rizwan trying to heave that on the leg side, hits the outside edge, and then goes over third man, and that's gone for 4. So Shinwari, going back to Shinwari ways, Fazan, don't you think? Bowling spectacularly well yesterday. Me raving about him, as I always do whenever he comes back into any sort of side. And then I think he's been unlucky today, though. I think he's bowled a lot better than some other bowlers, but he's just been unlucky in terms of, edges going to the boundaries not being saved, etc., etc. What are your thoughts on Usman Shinwari?
Yeah, he's interesting. I know you have a bit of a soft spot for him because he was in the Under-19 World Cup for Pakistan, and I know you had kind of delusions of grandeur a little bit with him and thought he'd be this incredible player. But he's a decent player. I think he's just been a bit inconsistent, I think, is the issue. He does have talent, but he's not expressed, so he relies more on consistency and also a bit of guile. And unfortunately, in T20s, like, that wasn't a bad ball. Unfortunately, he just got bit of misfortune there for him, as it looks like there might be a mix-up run up. There's not, fortunately, for Rizwan Masood. But yeah, he's decent. I mean, I was surprised he didn't play more matches. I mean, he's still bowling okay. He's only going for just over 7, so that's not anything too horrendous.
Yeah, fair point. Can't agree with you more. Meet Sony says WTC final में क्या पुजारा बॉल की पूजा करेंगे? I don't know, man. I genuinely don't know. I think Pujara is one of those guys who can perform on the big stage, so he might actually just hang in there and not get out. He's just gonna stick around and face as many balls as he possibly can and let the other people attack. I know, Fazan, your video for the previews coming out today or tomorrow, which will be a really good watch from my end. But what are your thoughts? Who do you think, from an Indian perspective, is going to perform well with the bat in the upcoming WTC final?
Probably no one, because probably going to be washed out. But most likely, I think it's. I mean, obviously, you look at the usual suspects. Your Virat Kohlis, your Pujaras, your Rahanes, I guess. Rohit Sharma as well might do pretty well, though. It's going to move a bit more. Southampton isn't as much of a bowler's paradise in terms of seam bowling, anyway, and swing bowling, as some other UK pitches, but it still does a bit. So I don't know. The weather will play a huge part, I think, in it, and you would expect it to be a relatively low-scoring affair. But because of the overcast conditions, if we do get play, I doubt it's going to be. I doubt we're going to get kind of basking sun and not a cloud in the sky. So, but in terms of runs, I mean, of course, just usual suspects. I mean, Virat Kohli, of course, they're going to look towards him, and hopefully others can chip in around him. Shubman Gill and Rohit Sharma, I think, at the top. That's the biggest question mark for me, because very talented, but how will they perform when the ball's nipping around? Because it's very different to playing in India. Obviously, when it's a bit flatter and the ball's not really seaming off the pitch as much, you don't get as much movement through the air as well. And we saw, obviously, Virat Kohli a number of years ago struggle and then came back really strong in the next series he toured England. But Shubman Gill obviously hasn't toured England yet, and Rohit Sharma hasn't had that experience as a test batsman with the red ball, so he's a bit more experienced, so you'd expect him to do okay. And it's interesting, showing the standings, right? So Multan and Quetta, 4th and 6th in the table. So this is a really crucial match, because whoever wins this, I think it's crucial for Quetta, because if they win it, then they've got 6 points alongside Multan and also Karachi as well. But if they lose and Multan win, then Multan are looking like they're on the charge on 8 points, and they're looking really strong. So really, this is a really crucial match, I think, in terms of the standing of the PSL.
Yeah, I just want to add something. A certain team has already qualified. I don't know if you know this, Fazan, but a certain team by the name of Islamabad United already qualified. So that's
Yeah.
great news for me. So I'm super excited about that. Brit says, Asjad, will you be streaming a bit? I'm not going to be streaming any of the Vitality Blast. It's too late in the evening for me to actually watch because everyone's watching something on TV. So unfortunately, I won't be doing any Vitality Blast. Will you, Fazan?
I know that there's the one thing that's amazing that you can watch it all on YouTube. Well, I don't know, maybe not in all countries. Maybe it's just depending on the country you're based in, but it's all on YouTube. But the it's crazy because it's 122 games. I think they're trying to condense it a bit more because of the 100. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. But I'll see. I'm a big Surrey fan, so if I do, it'll probably be Surrey. But we'll see. Fingers crossed, I can do some.
That'll be nice. Nice beard, says Meet Sony. Thank you. And Fazan will also say thank you, I assume. I don't know what right says. Imran Tahir or Rashid Khan. Oh, man. To be honest, in T20s right now, I have to go to Rashid Khan. Whatever I think about him outside of T20s, I think Rashid Khan is so well skilled in the T20 format. It's just a no-brainer nowadays to not choose Rashid Khan. What do you think? I think you're on mute.
I genuinely think that Rashid Khan is he's one of the best T20 players around, right? So he genuinely is. So Imran Tahir obviously was fantastic back in the day. He's still very solid. I think it's definitely unfair to say that he's not. But for me, Rashid Khan, I'd pick him over Imran Tahir every day of the week. I think bowling-wise, he edges him. And also he can perform with the bat as well, low down the order. So I think he's a T20 player. He is in the top 10 T20 players in the world, I would say.
Yeah. Hard to disagree with that. A lot of World Test Championship questions, which is something that I assumed anyway, so that's all right. Who will be the man of the match, the X Factor, and which batsman is going to score 100? So if there is 100, I have a feeling from New Zealand's standpoint, I think it's going to be Devon Conway. It's going to have to be your boy, Devon Conway. And then I think from an Indian standpoint, Virat Kohli is overdue, but Rishabh Pant oh my goodness, that was spanked through point. Goodness me.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Charge, man. What were we saying like 10 minutes ago?
That he'd be the anchor. That's a beautiful shot, by the way. So that's the type of shot you see in like a test match. He just rots on the back foot. It's a back foot square drive. It's so good. Just use the pace of Hasnain, who's bowling excess of, touching almost 150 Ks. And that's just flown off the bat. And he just used the pace, pure timing.
100%. Damn. To be honest, it was a little wide. So this is the thing. Hasnain's bowling quick, but he needs to sort out his line. Otherwise, Shan Masood, being a test batsman for Pakistan, being a red ball expert, can just tap it through for 4 straight up. Who do you think, Fazan, in terms of for the World Test Championship?
Yeah, X Factor. Yeah, Devon Conway. I'm a massive fan of him. So 100%, he's in fantastic form. Only played 2 Test matches, but obviously he's played other stuff as well for New Zealand recently in the T20s and ODIs, and he does look really special. So I'm hoping that he can really show his stuff on the biggest stage. In terms of, I think bowlers will play a big part. Before I go on to which bats will score 100, I think it's interesting to see the combinations, because I think there's a lot of selection headaches, good selection headaches. But I think, for example, Bumrah, let's see how he does. He should bowl really well in these conditions. Someone obviously like if Siraj plays, I think he'll get a lot of success. Also, you've got the usual suspects: Bolt, Southey, Jameson as well. So I think these guys have got a lot to speak on. If it does get to day 4, day 5, and the spinners like Ashwin, Ajaz Patel, Ravi Jadeja in Southampton, it does turn when it gets to day 4, day 5. So, and if it's not completely wet, then they will get some purchase. So I actually feel like the X factor will come from the bowlers rather than the batsmen. In terms of which batsman is going to score 100, I agree with you. I think Devon Conway is most likely. Williamson is struggles in English conditions. I think he's an average of like 25 in the UK, which is really low for him compared to other countries. But in general, I think from an Indian point of view, I think you wouldn't be surprised, as you mentioned, Rishabh Pant is a big match player. So he's definitely got a bit of the Ben Stokes-esque kind of mentality around him, or aura around him even, when he kind of steps up in the big moments. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a big score as well.
Yeah, completely agree with all your picks. So that's always good. Fazan, I'm just gonna have to bounce out for like a minute. Is that all right? Just I'll let you take the reins and go through the questions.
Yeah, no worries. Right, let's get through the questions then as well. And I need to update the scoreboard. So we do that first. I think let's do that first. So it's 51 for no wicket off 6.1 overs. And Multan Sultans are looking really good. I will get to all the questions. Do not worry. We'll get to them as I update the banner. Right, okay, so let's have a look. Smeya, it's not. You said you want to be called Smeya, not Ritu, right? So let me know. He says, "I have a question for you, Fazan. Do you think Shadab Khan is captaincy material for Pakistan?" At the moment, no. I think he's too young. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, I think he is very inexperienced, and I think for Islamabad are doing well, but it's not necessarily. I don't think, and I could be mistaken. As wow, Muhammad Nawaz bowls a beauty, and Muhammad has one inside edges it almost onto his stumps and runs away almost to the boundary behind the keeper. But Islamabad, I think, it's more to do with the team they have rather than Shadab Khan being, I think, a fantastic captain. If I'm honest with you, I think he will potentially become a good captain and maybe captain for Pakistan in the future. But realistically, I don't think he's captaincy material right now. Let's see in the future. Me certainly says New Zealand better than Indian ODIs and tests. Why? In test matches, I mean, we'll see, right? I mean, that's what the one-off test is for. So we'll see in that. Obviously, they seem very evenly matched. In ODIs, I think it's difficult. I think they probably slightly edge them. I'm still not 100% sold on India's ethos in ODI cricket. And I know me and Asjad have differing views on this after the series that they had against England at home. But I'm still of the thinking that maybe they're slightly old-fashioned in the way they play. But they rely heavily on obviously the guys scoring quickly in the last 10, and I feel like New Zealand have a bit more of a modern approach. It's not the same as England; it's pretty different, but it's more adaptable, I think, and you can I think execute it slightly better. As Sharma Suga is absolutely huge with a stock sweep, unbelievable, of Muhammad Nawaz, who's been bowling. Well, he was bowling pretty well until that, because that is a humongous shot by Sharma Suga, and he's just teeing off. Shan Masood for the T20 World Cup.
Goodness me. This is the thing. Shan Masood is absolutely skilled as anything. And if you remember, Umar Amin, a Pakistani player as well, him in the PSL one season had a fantastic season, didn't get selected for Pakistan, and then went downhill. So Shan Masood definitely making a case for the fact that, dude, I can bat in the UAE. I can bat like crazy. This is his second game. Last one, fortunately, he didn't get much of a chance. He scored, I think, 10, 15 runs. But this time around, he's come back with a bang. 42 of 23 right now, batting absolutely brilliantly. Right, there's a point I want to ask you about, Fazan, which is, there we go. Laughter Express says, "Oh, what a shot straight down the ground."
He literally that was a punch down the ground for six. That was a fantastic shot. Back-to-back sixes from Shan Masood. And the thing is, right, I think obviously I'm kind of being a bit tongue-in-cheek there when I say Shan Masood for Pakistan, but you made that point about someone being in good form for a whole year. I think if they're in good form for a whole tournament, you can at least put them in the squad, because what it does, it just helps their confidence, and then they think, oh, if I can continue, I can maybe get into the 11. If you then just say no, actually you're not good enough, we're not going to pick you, then they just think, well, that's a big confidence blow. It really is, and people don't realize how much confidence plays a part in the psyche of a player, especially in different formats as well.
100%. Agreed wholeheartedly. I got a question for you, and it's on the screen right now. What do you want to say about Sarfaraz versus Shaheen thing that happened yesterday? My 2 cents is, even though I respect Sarfaraz Ahmed a lot, I think he's completely out of his mind trying to say you can't ball bounces to me. So I think that's completely outrageous. But what do you think, Fazan?
Yeah, absolutely crazy. Like, how can you do that? He was like, "Oh, don't bowl bounces." The thing is, right, it's not even like he was saying it to him because there was like a youngster on the other side, and he was like, "Oh, maybe don't bowl too quickly bounces to him, because he's struggling with the short ball and whatever." But even then, it's a competitive match, right? We want people to take the PSL seriously as this big competition. Which, to be fair, there's a lot of players coming into this who are quality players, who are Rashid Khan, Andre Russell, blah blah blah, etc. And then you got Sarfaraz saying to Shaheen Afridi, "Don't bowl a bouncer to me." I'm like, mate, would you say that to anyone else? But genuinely, would he say that to anyone else who was in Pakistan? No. If he was playing for Pakistan, he would not be saying that. And I 100% think if it was anyone that he didn't know on a personal level like Shaheen Afridi, he would not be saying it. Anyone who's non-Pakistani, he would not be saying it to them.
Yeah.
So I just think it was really cheeky, and he was annoyed that he got hit in the helmet. But that's cricket, so you have to deal with it. If you're not happy to face a short ball, you shouldn't play. Simple as that.
Yeah, agreed. No, good. Glad we're in agreement. Last question about the World Test Championship, because I think Fazan's going to do a video about his playing 11 eventually as well, so I don't want to talk about that in too much detail. But just as a question, Ishant or Siraj can play. Which one do you think will play for India in the final?
I think Ishant Sharma will, because he's been their workhorse over a number of years, and they'll stick with him. I think they will repay the loyalty and kind of hard graft that he's put in over the years, and I think they will pick him. I would love to see Mohammad Siraj. I genuinely, like, after Bumrah, that's the team where I'd like to see the most, because I think he will do really well in these conditions, and I think he's just in really good form. But I think they will stick to the old faithful and no go with Ishant Sharma, I think, realistically.
Yeah, I think that's completely logical. And here comes the 50 for Shan Masood in his second PSL game. PSL comes back. Good shot for a single there, 50 off 26. A strike rate of just shy of 200, 71 for 0 in 7.4 overs. Look at that. His strike rate in the PSL is 133. That's not too shabby at all. He's had 2 fantastic sixes, 6 fours, and ran between the wickets with Mohammad Rizwan very, very well. So maybe instead of Fakhar Zaman, we have another left-hander for Pakistan. I know it's too immature at the moment, but let's see how he goes for the rest of this PSL season, because with this performance, I don't think he can get dropped in the next few games for Multan.
I don't think it's going to be Fakhar Zaman. I actually think it's more Shakil Khan. Shakil Khan has not scored runs for Pakistan or Karachi in a bit of time. So Fakhar Zaman, obviously, he's been in a bit of form. He scored some runs, I think, in the T20 series, if I'm not mistaken, recently as well. Shakil Khan is struggling massively. So if he doesn't get any runs for Karachi, then they will look elsewhere. And if Shan Masood, for example, scores a lot of runs, then they will look at him as a left-hander and say, hold on, left-hand, right-hand combination, that could work.
Yeah, 100%. Laughter Express says, should Iftikhar Ahmed be given more chances at number 4 for Pakistan? I'll give you my honest opinion. There's 2 things, right? One aspect is the fact that he just might not be good enough for international cricket, which I think is what Fazan and I both believe. But at the same time, you can see Iftikhar Ahmed, Asif Ali actually performing when they play for Islamabad United, but not when they play for Pakistan. And that could mean something with regards to, the dressing room, the atmosphere, all that stuff, which, again, we're not privy to. It's a speculation, but that's something that a lot of people have brought up, that maybe that's the case. Maybe it's the background staff which is actually messing with these players' confidence, the way that they play and stuff. But I think it's more he's amazing in domestic. I can't argue that. There's players like Mark Ramprakash, absolutely fantastic in first-class cricket and domestic cricket. But when he played for England, he didn't get that many chances. But when he did, he didn't perform as well as he could have. So, there's a lot of players in history like that. And I think Iftikhar Ahmed, and Asif Ali to an extent, but mostly Iftikhar Ahmed, is one of those guys.
Yeah, I agree. I think he is someone who performs well domestically, and I think international, he has had chances. Look, he hasn't had an extensive international career, so they will stick with him. They will give him more games, and we will see. But my thought is he's probably not quite good enough. I did say the same against Haris Rolf. I did say the same, even, for Haris Rolf. And you think, what a delivery! Wow.
Shahzad,
first ball of the over as well. Crazy.
Yeah. That is gone out of that. That's an inside edge as well, isn't it? Qurim Shahzad is a 5.5. Honestly, I was looking at it before the PSL restarted. They were talking about, this new this kid, Qurim Shahzad, ball's pace, he's good. I was like, who is he? I've never heard of him before. But he uses the crease really well. Yeah. And even there, I don't know if you noticed that, but he jumped out slightly and pushed the ball in. And Rizwan thought it was a lot wider than it was, hit his inside edge and got him out. So, fantastic bowling. Good ball there.
Yeah, really good bowling. That's a huge wicket. And he goes for a strike rate of only 90, probably because he could. Because Shan Masood can reverse the roles. But that's a huge, huge wicket for Quetta. And Corbin has already got a wicket and off his first ball. And that will definitely help, because the current run rate was touching towards 9.
Yeah. Definitely. 72 for 1 at the start of the 9th over. Abdullah says, night out LBW on 95. Yes, Heather Knight, she's gone. I'm not really following that game in particular, but I do know that India were getting hammered. They were England was 200 odd for 2, but finally there's another wicket. So that's good news for any Indian fans there. Just on a point, here are we? Right, there we go. Cryptic says, is Iftikhar Ahmed going to get a World Cup chance? I think we just mentioned that. Like from our perspectives, he is good domestically. He's just not good enough to regularly perform internationally, and that's the reason why I don't think he'll come back into the side. But knowing Pakistan, who knows? Who knows? Sony Meat says all leagues coming after 60% people not see international cricket. I'm really sorry. I don't know what you mean. Cryptic also says Epic Duo are back. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. And yes, that was a wow delivery, Ronell. I can't argue that. Where are we? Sachin says live chalo yaar. Well, we're just like how far behind are we? I think we're about a minute behind, aren't we?
Yeah, probably max. Yeah,
because of you.
I think he's more saying about he actually wants the match on the stream.
Oh no, I'm not going to show you the match on the stream. I'll show you the. Nah, I'm not going to. I'm not going to risk that. Here's a question. There's an interesting one. Where is it? There we go. It's about Travis Head, and that's Ritu again. Azan Fazan, your thoughts on Travis Head, and can he make a comeback for Australia? Thing is, he's another player who I kind of cement in the same bracket as Iftikhar Ahmed, who's absolutely brilliant domestically, but in international cricket, when he plays, especially red ball, he's not had the best of times. His average is about 40 at batting at 5 or 6.
Yeah,
but he doesn't look comfortable. He gets runs, but he's not dependable. Unlike someone like, maybe you could bring Ben Stokes into the discussion. Right now, you could bring Rishabh Pant into the discussion. You could bring Mohammad Rizwan. These guys are dependable at 5 and 6. I don't think Travis Head is that guy. What are your thoughts, Fazan?
Yeah, he's had quite a few chances, hasn't he? So I can't really see him. I don't know, Cameron Green as well. They're looking at him to kind of stick in that all-rounder role. And I'm just thinking I think he will get a go, though, because Matthew Wade's not going to play. So who else do they go with otherwise? I mean, it's difficult. I would be surprised if we don't see him back for Australia. Yeah. I think he will get a chance. I just don't see him being a long-term option. He just doesn't quite seem to be good enough for Australia. And I could be wrong, but let's see.
No, I completely think in the same lines as you. Travis Head, Matthew Wade, Cameron Green, 2 out of those 3 are going to play the next test match that Australia plays. Okay, that's a sure shot. However, are those 3 the best options they have? Who knows? Their domestic structure is really interesting. Right now, they've had so many good performers. You've got Josh Inglis as an example. There's so many names that I genuinely can't remember right now. Michael Nesser, who's a pretty decent all-rounder with the ball. He's brilliant, but he can also hit it with the bat. There's a few more players, but honestly, I think the big issue that Australia has is their top 4 are so good, right? That they're 5, 6, and even Tim Payne at 7. They just aren't good enough right now. And then 8 till 11, it's kind of obvious as well. So that middle order, that genuine middle order for Australia is where all of the questions are. Where there's a point here which I really found funny, so I think that'll be nice. Asjad and Fazan, the voice of Pakistan cricket.
You're supposed to say the voice of cricket, not just Pakistan cricket.
No, goodness. Voice of cricket. Dude, Harsha Bogle has already taken that name up, right? Can't really use the same thing. Can't use the same thing. Laughter Express says, on Amir comeback, wanted to ask that how just based on one visit, he's back for selection. That time he was saying Misbah is trash, Yunus is bad. Now he will change and work with it. Right. You tell me your opinion, and then I'll tell you the truth.
Made up. That's what's happened. No. I think basically he obviously wasn't happy with how they were approaching it. He didn't get selected, and then I think obviously he just wasn't happy in general with not getting selected. And I think they also maybe they hurt his ego a little bit. And look, I can understand. I don't know exactly the ins and outs what the conversation was because I wasn't there. But from what I know, if he didn't feel like he was being treated right, fine, and finally retired. But I knew it wouldn't last long. I had a feeling that either if Misbah Yunus left, then he'd come back, or maybe they'd sort it out, and that's what they've done. That's what they should do. They should do it behind closed doors. I wasn't really a big fan of him coming out and saying stuff, but I guess he just felt a little bit hard done by. But it's good to look. It's good that he's up for selection. I don't know if he gets into the white ball side. I think he needs to have a very big PSL, if I'm being honest with you, because like Shaheen Afridi is a certain, Hassan Ali is a certain, Fahim Ashraf's a certain. So then you've got one more spot, and that's probably going to go to Wahab Riaz, Haris Rauf, or Mohamed Amir. That's probably what you're looking at, realistically.
Yeah. Well, in terms of, I second everything you said, but I think it's also the fact that, if he's got disagreements with the background staff or coaching staff or whatever, they just needed to be talked about. It didn't need to be public domain in any
they didn't have to air their dirty laundry. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think I mentioned to you, but I mentioned in many places that Mohamed Amir, Imad Wasim, Shoaib Malik, all of them were going to come back in like March or April because it's Pakistan. Whenever they come into some sort of scrutiny, they're going to go back to players that they believe they can bank on. So yeah, it is what it is. Laughing Coyote Afan says, yo, what's up?
Yo.
Oh no, I think the oh no is because we're talking about Mohamed Amir, because he is a huge fan of Mohamed Amir.
No, he's not. I know he's not. He hates him. I've seen the posts. He almost hates him as much as what's his name? Dennis does cricket. Yeah. Well, Ramiz Raja hates him as well. Yeah. What did he call him? He said he was pathetic or something.
Yeah, that was the Sean call for, especially because he missed a direct hit, but you can't really call a player pathetic for missing a direct hit. Right?
Actually, I was going to say, hasn't Mohamed Amir achieved more than Ramiz Raja? Ramiz Raja's won the World Cup, but if you look at the careers side by side, like Ramiz Raja needs to
Amir won the Champions Trophy.
Yeah, and he won it pretty much single-handedly as well, apart from him and Fakhar Zaman. So I think Ramiz Raja needs to sit down and relax.
You just hate Ramiz Raja, man. Come on, what's wrong with you? He's a legend.
I don't hate him. I just dislike him, and I dislike his commentary. That's what I dislike, and I feel like it's very, very anti-Pakistan, and I don't think it's a good advertisement for Pakistanis just in general. He's commentating.
Fair enough. I completely disagree with you. So
I know you do. That's because you had him on the channel. That's what you have to say. That now, joking.
Right. So Ritu says Devon Conway's coach has come out and said that he would like Devon Conway opening with Rohit Sharma for Mumbai Indians. That'll be amazing. I don't know if Mumbai Indians will pick him up, but yeah, that would be amazing for sure.
No, Devon Conway is only allowed to play in the PSL, not the IPL.
Vishnu says, hey, Asjad, by the way, what's with the scheduling of these matches? They go on to, they do, right? Okay, it is because of the heat. It's because of the temperature and all the weather issues. They had to fit it in somewhere. Honestly, June in Abu Dhabi or June in UAE is roasting. So it kind of makes sense why they've scheduled it that way. But it is unfair for a lot of the cricket fans to say, I know they're staying up till 1:30, 2 o'clock at night trying to watch the entire game. It's good for us because it's only, 9 o'clock, 10 p.m. But for people in Pakistan, people in India, it's not ideal at all. Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. How you doing? Kaisi ho? Right. Laughing Coyote says, just as I enter the stream, they're talking about Amir. Yeah, don't worry, we stopped. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's crazy though, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. It's just,
Yeah. All right, Fazad, I'll talk for a little while. All right, okay. So Ritu says, Asjad Khan Shahnawaz Dahani was with the squad. I don't think he should play though. He's too young to debut for Pakistan or something like that. I don't think that's entirely fair on his part. However, this delivery from Zahir Khan, or Zahir Khan, how you want to say it, absolutely brilliant. Sohaib Maqsood gone for 5.
That's a beauty from Zahir.
It definitely is.
What a beauty.
Let's dissect that because you're a wrist spinner as well. Just talk us through that delivery.
Let me see the replay first. Oh God, gone to adverts. Hold on, because I want to see the slow motion first. But wrist spinners though are they're like a dime a dozen. If you can get a good one, especially in a surface like here in the UAE, we've seen Rashid Khan and also Imran Tahir's bowled pretty well. Where's Osman Ghadir, by the way?
Probably kicked out of the side because they wanted Imran Tahir to play.
Yeah, but okay. I don't know.
I have no idea. Honestly, telling you, I think they needed Imran Tahir to play because whatever reason they're going to try and sideline Osman Ghadir now because Shadab is getting back into because he's a lot fitter and maybe he's getting back into form. And on the way to looking at Pakistan and the T20 World Cup. Zahid, what's his name? Zahid Mahmood.
But Pakistan don't have a say in the selection of Multan Sultans, right? It's a separate franchise.
Fazan, it's Pakistan cricket, man. Let's just put it. Let me just say
no.
it's Pakistan cricket.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
let's just say this. Let's put it as bluntly as possible. Have you seen Zahid Mahmood bowl well this entire tournament so far?
No, but I don't think it's that. You're being very cynical. Also, that was a fantastic delivery. It was just a straighter one. It's just top spinner from the left arm wrist spinner. And you don't see many left arm wrist spinners in Pakistan. So that was really cool to see him bowl that.
Definitely. My nephew is a left arm wrist spinner. So here's a plug. Please do check out Ayan Paja Siddiqui on Instagram.
You need to put a video of like a short of him, and then with a link below.
I can get something. Yeah, I'll probably see what I can get from his all his recordings that he's got. Where are we? Right, there we go. Muhammad Stan says, hello guys, hello. Thank you so much for joining. Laughing Coyote goes, since we are a controversial topic. Yeah, I think Sarfaraz was completely out of his mind trying to actually comment or whatever. I think Fazan said earlier is because he knew Shaheen Afridi on a personal level. He's like, oh, I can tell him what to do. But Shaheen being Shaheen, which is exactly what he should have done. This is a game. This is where I need to be competitive. You can't tell me what to do right now. And I think that was the right result.
He can. He's just wrong. Which is what he told him. He said, you can tell me whatever you want, but I'm not going to listen to you because you're talking absolute rubbish.
Oh, yeah. I love it, though. Honestly, I think I said this to you or I said it to someone else that you have to get respect not by commanding respect. You get respect by being respectable. And I think that's the big difference. Even though I respect Sarfaraz Ahmed a lot, but from what he did, I don't think that was a wise decision. Rizwan looked a bit uneasy. He did look uneasy today, especially against not against just Shinwari, but Nawaz as well. Mohammed Stan says, these guys aren't reading the left arm leg spin. Yeah, they're finding it difficult. That was a beauty indeed. Well, it works if people follow football as well, with Euro matches starting at 12:30 here. Really? All right. Yeah, well, if you watch football, then of course it works. But if you don't, then I feel bad for a lot of the fans who are watching it.
Well, yeah. Well, you're not going to watch Italy versus Switzerland. That's in a couple of hours. So that's at 8 o'clock UK time. So that's in 2 hours.
Oh man. Laughing Coyote says, I thought Fazan was an anchor, number 3 batsman, judging from his videos. Thoughts, Fazan?
Thoughts are fair enough, I guess. But yeah, no, I opened the batting for my local club, but yeah, I batted at 3 occasionally. It's okay. I need to bowl more leg spins so I can show it. But yeah,
because they're China, man.
Very good. Very good. I don't even say that anymore because apparently Venny was telling me that it might not be politically correct anymore, so I've stopped saying it. I say left arm wrist spinner, but I grew up saying left arm Chinaman, so yeah. I don't know.
I say left arm Chinaman on purpose because I think it is not politically correct, so I just use my mind in those situations. But yeah, I understand where Afan is coming from. However, you do see left arm spinners off leg, whatever, quite a lot. But that was a bit too high as well, wasn't it?
Not left arm wrist spinners though in Pakistan. You see a lot of left arm spinners.
Not on international stage or PSL. But if you go lower down, yeah,
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like good quality spinners. Like anyone, I can go into the nets and try and bowl left arm wrist spin. I mean, it'll probably go out the net, but that's not the point. But my point is that anyone can try, right? But are you good enough? Is the question.
Yeah, I get that. I get where you're coming from. Abuse of power from Sefu, I think. Yeah, fair point. Can Azam Khan make the difference to criticism? Make difference to criticism of slow start of Pakistan in power play in T20? I don't think Azam Khan is going to open. What do you think, Sam?
No, not in a million years. I guess maybe saying if we lose a wicket and he comes in at 3 or something, but he won't be. He'll be, if he was to play, he'd be a finisher. I know he's batted slightly higher up, but can't see him batting any higher than 4, 5. But realistically, yeah, he's not the answer. And I think we are both of the same opinion that we're happy to see him in the squad. We don't really want to see him play though. Maybe not in the World Cup either, because I just think it's too early. And he is a talent. Let's kind of look after him. Let's not do the Pakistan thing where we play him for 2 matches and then one match is fantastic, gets 50 or something, and then Next thing you know, he has like 2 more matches where he's rubbish, then drop him, and then we never see him again, apart from in franchise cricket, losing to franchise cricket, and then he just says, "I'm going to retire because basically you haven't treated me well." Which basically Muhammad Amir's story, just more condensed, and then he'll probably come back at the age of 38 or something.
Yeah, I get. There's a lot of precedence in Pakistan for that happening, so yeah, I can't really argue that much. Muhammad Stan says sending Jonathan Charles instead of Riley Russo is not the best decision at all, but I think they maybe wanted Charles to get some game time. What do you think, Fazan?
Maybe. I think it's more probably to do with the match situation. I think maybe they want Riley Russo to come in a bit later, finish off. Johnson Charles will be quite aggressive. Maybe the spinners as well. They're probably looking at who plays spin the best, and maybe they think, well, Riley Russo to a left arm, to a left arm wrist spinner is turning away from him. Maybe that's not the best matchup. So I know that not everyone uses analytics and data, but some of the franchises do in the PSL. So that might be what they might have looked at the matchup and just thought it's not a good one. 2 left-handers, right? They would have Masood and Riley Russo to a left-arm wrist spinner is probably not the best thing to have. Yeah.
Plus, you said exactly the same thing as what I was thinking, which is, yes, not everyone looks at analytics, but left-hand, right-hand combination is still a huge thing, especially in T20 cricket when you have spinners bowling. So yeah, can't argue with that at all. Ritu says, can Tim David play in the IPL? Of course he can play in the IPL. I don't know if he'll get selected, but yeah, if he gets an option, I'm sure he'll make a name for himself, because that's what he's done. Him and James Faulkner, since they come back, like they've been the best players for Lahore Qalandars, at least in the top 3 players for Qalandars since the PSL restarted. So yeah, and yes, James Faulkner has many slower deliveries. Cannot argue that at all. Laughing Coyote says, by the way, Jamie Faulkner has turned into McGrath in the PSL. The man is on fire. Yep, fire indeed. And this guy right here is absolutely ecstatic about it, because Lahore has grasped him and is not going to let him go. I don't think Lahore is going to let him go anytime soon.
Yeah, it's not really making much of a difference recently, to be honest with you, but it's good to see. It's good to see.
At least they're in the top 3, right? Lahore's still in the top 3.
Yeah. Oh, we've got okay. So I can see there's comments coming from my channel and onto here as well, which is cool. Okay, that's nice. It brings all the comments together.
Yes, it does.
So KF, one of my subscribers, joined from tennis, says, "Yo, not really a fan of cricket. Nadal lost, so I'm happy." Oh, it's ridiculous.
Wow,
ridiculous.
I was really upset because I wanted Nadal to win, right? But unfortunately, he didn't. At least the guy who beat him won, so I was happy at the end of the day. But yeah, good times. Good times.
Yeah.
Mohammed Stan says, I don't understand why people would still criticize Pakistan on slow starts when they chase 200 in 18 overs. My take on that is they did that once. Again, I'm not criticizing completely that Pakistan's opening stance sucks or whatever. I'm just saying if they did it consistently enough, then people won't criticize it. If they do it once every 50 games or 40 games, that's why people criticize it. Same thing with Babar Azam. I think Babar Azam is absolute class. I think Babar Azam scoring 80 off 50, 55 balls is crucial for size that he plays for, because the other people don't perform. But when he scores 80 off 55 and the other person is batting slowly as well, that's when Babar's innings comes into scrutiny that, oh, he should have played longer because he was there for a longer amount of time, or he should have played more aggressively. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Muhammad Stan. Where are we? Vishut says, there you go. James Faulkner is showing his 2013 version. Yep, he definitely is.
Rolling back the years, yeah.
Yeah, he's bowling brilliantly, isn't he? No, Jofra Archer has not played the PSL, not from my knowledge.
CPL, IPL, T20 Blast.
BBL?
I don't think he's played in New Zealand.
BBL, right?
Maybe, I think so, yeah. He hasn't played in New Zealand, the Slam, I don't think. Yeah, I think that's one of them.
Hold on. We're being corrected right here, Fazan. He played for Quetta Gladiators.
Okay.
Didn't know that.
Where are you, Jofra? Where are you? Well, he's injured, but he wouldn't be playing anyway. Probably couldn't afford him.
Oh, man. LQ versus PZ in the final. I'm calling it now. Afan, I'm telling you, instead of PZ, I think it's going to be Islamabad United. But yeah, Lahore Qalandars do seem like a side that is going to get to the final, I think.
No, I don't know. Our batting's so weak. Like, imagine if Tim David stopped scoring runs.
Thanks, Safa. That's how it works. Well, I was supporting Nadal, right?
Well,
And then the guy.
to be fair, he beat him in the semi-final, so he could have lost in the final. So I think maybe you should have clarified, because it sounded probably like you were like, oh, you beat him in the final and he won, but it wasn't that. He beat him in the semi-finals and he had to win the final as well. To be fair.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Laughter Express says, what do you think about handling Usman Qadir by PSL franchise? Played for Pakistan in the last few months, but he was benched for a few games in the PSL.
Exactly what we said.
Yeah.
Asjad thinks it's a conspiracy, but I think it's probably just form or something, I hope, anyway.
Yeah, to be honest, right? If they're going to play Imran Tahir, it doesn't seem like they're going to play Usman Qadir. And that's the reason why they're probably gone with Tahir, because of his experience playing in Abu Dhabi, in whatever format, whatever teams he's played for. He's played there a lot more than someone like Usman Qadir. So it offers them a bit more diversity and gives them a lot more in terms of the bowling arsenal, I think. And yeah, Renel correcting us as well. Thank you so much for that. Never played CPL. All right, that's all good. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Babar and Rizwan haven't played many games of 200 plus in their career. They got one chance and they took it. Thoughts, Faizan, Saab?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. It's a difficult one because you just think neither of them are hitters, but they did do a good job, I think, in that match. And I don't know. I guess maybe that we're not ultra aggressive at the top because we're scared we're going to collapse as well. So I think if Pakistan are a different animal to other countries, I think that's the issue anyway. But yeah. Yeah,
agreed. Vishwath, yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's what I thought, because he was noticed, similar to how Haris Rauf was noticed by Pakistan, was how Archer was noticed by IPL because of the BBL, and then became an IPL star. Then he joined England and became a sensation. Yeah. If I could call him that. Shanu Kumar says Shan Masood's showing his class. He was wrongly dropped from the test squad. Yeah, I've had many thoughts on this, and I think my end consensus was that yes, he was wrongfully dropped. However, if he can make a comeback, it will have to be sooner rather than later, because Imran Butt is doing absolutely nothing for Pakistan's opening partnership. Abid Ali, at least he scored some runs, but Imran Butt just doesn't look the part, at least for Test cricket.
Yeah, I agree. I think Shan Masood, I think it was really harsh on him to get dropped. In Pakistani conditions as well, because he has a pretty good record in the UAE. So for him then to have to, I guess, get dropped when Imran Butt came in and he was new is a bit harsh, and it doesn't quite sit right with me. I feel like he will get more of a chance. Let's see. I hope he does, because he is a class player at times. Yeah. And on that note, I think that's a good... Actually, I'm not answer this last question. That's okay, and I'm going to go because I think it's good. Laughing Coyote says, am I the only one who rates Usman Qadir higher than Shadab Khan? No, I think he's a much better leg spinner. Shadab Khan has just stalled in his progress. Batting-wise, obviously, Shadab Khan has a bit more, though he hasn't really done much. But if I was to pick a leg spinner, it would be Usman Qadir. And on that note, I'm going to go. Asjad, thank you, though, as well. And I will be doing more streams, hopefully, with Asjad as well, and also longer than I've been on. But yeah, I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much for joining. And see you later, Fazan, inshallah. Bye. Allah Hafiz. Right. Okay, guys. So it's 103 for 2 at the moment in the 13th over. I'm going to go through the comments because I think I've missed a couple. Dan says, I don't understand why people would compare the two leagues. Yeah, there's no point comparing any leagues, especially because conditions are different, players are different. And on top of that, the tenure of both of them, there's almost a 10-year gap, an 8-year gap. What a shot by Johnson Charles through the covers. That's gone for 4. What a shot. Usman Shinwari just bowling full and slightly wide out of off stump. And that's gone for 4 as well. Goodness me. 107 for 2. Of 30, just last ball coming up shortly. Ritu says, listening to you guys and eating butter chicken. Well, I'm happy you're eating butter chicken because that just makes me hungry now. Lavish says, any batting local star who has impressed this PSL to you both? I don't know about Fazan, but I think in terms of local stars, there's not been many that I could name. There's been 2 overseas players. Tame David is one, and Hazrat Allah Zazai's innings yesterday just blew my mind. I was like, that is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, those 2 for sure. And this time short, and just on his shoulder, and he pulls it for 4. and the over became from an okay over to not the best over that, Shinwari's bowled today. So that's a lot of runs there. 2 boundaries on the trot. 17 off 9, Johnson Charles. Shan Masood, 60 off 38, 111 for 2 at the end of the 13th over. Laughing Coyote says, that guy who broke the first-class record, why is he not in the test side? Forgot his name. I forgot his name too? I'm so sorry. Laughing Coyote says, it's 9 for 173 for me. I'm playing career mode. Oh, that's brilliant. Mohammed Stan says, for me, PSL is the reason cricket is back in Pakistan, so it has served a purpose. IPL can never serve? Yeah, of course. Because IPL would be equivalent in India. But yeah, I agree with you. I get what you're saying, Mohammed Stan. Laughter Express says, thoughts on Musa, right? Okay, so I thought he bowled quite well, to be honest. Very, very impressed with the fact that Musa Khan was bowling a lot better than I expected him to. And Shan Masood just tonks Hassan Khan straight down the ground. What a shot. Oh, that was sweetly hit. Goodness me. Sorry. Back to Musa Khan. I thought Musa has bowled well in the PSL in that previous game, but he's a bit sporadic as well, which is something that is an issue with all Pakistani bowlers right now, especially the young ones. So I want to see how he goes this entire PSL. And another one this time over mid-wicket, and that's gone for 6 as well. Oh, Shan Masood, you absolute beast. Just smashing it all over the place. Oh, okay. I think I just understood what Afan meant. Yes, Kamran Ghulam, just remembered. Yeah. I didn't understand what your question was, so apologies. Yes, you are right. Completely. That is the guy. Tabish Khan doesn't play PSL. He just plays first class. But even now, I was surprised that they dropped him. I expected him to actually get a chance, but nope, he's not gonna come back into the test side. They just gave him 1 cap just for his tenure. Ronel says, Masood on a mission, on fire. Yes, indeed he is. Brilliant shots, honestly. Goodness me. Is Shan Masood doing a Ben Dunk? Definitely. If you can compare the two, he's doing a brilliant job so far. Saud Shakil is very, very talented for the past 6 years, or at least 6 years. He's been one of the best batsmen Pakistan's produced domestically in ODIs and in first class and list A. So very excited to see him with the Pakistan squad. Why only 7 people see the stream? Please, all people say to others, people to subscribe this channel. Thank you very much. Much, much appreciated. That is very kind of you, Tony. Thank you so much. Masood playing well. Yes, he definitely is playing well. Playing like a boss, isn't he? And then smashes that through through the covers. However, that's just a single. And yeah, right. I'm not sure how to end the broadcast for one channel. So I'm not gonna end it. This is going on Fazan's channel now as well. So it's gonna keep going until it's going. That's great. Apologies, Fazan. Quality Shot will also be showing all of this information as we speak. 14 overs in the 14th over. It's 1-2-4 for 2. Where are we? Meet Sony says Sarfaraz wala comment. Sarfaraz Khan, is that the one? Right. Sarfaraz Khan and Virat are same captain. Imran Khan and Ganguly Dhoni successful captains. I don't know who Sarfaraz Khan. You mean the Indian player? Because I think this is Sarfaraz Ahmed. If that's what you're talking about. Shan Masood once again, but I think this one's going to be caught under long on boundary, and that is gone. Shan Masood a bit too overzealous there and gets out, caught at the long on boundary. Well played, Shan. Well done. He's scored 73 or 42, so he's had a pretty good time of it. But Hassan Khan comes in and takes the all-important wicket of the guy who was set. Goodness me, well played. Well played. Laughing Coyote says, oh, it's that 2-channel stream thing. Yes, it is, Afan. So I tried it on here, and it seems to work. So yeah, future ringing, I can definitely do something. Whatever you've got time for us both on both of our channels, that would be pretty cool. It's 1-2-5 for 3, and Hassan Khan actually gets a wicket, gets Shan Masood out, and he is gone. Mohammed Stan says, the advantage Saud Shakil has on Kamran Ghulam is that he can bowl too. I'm not sure. I don't want to count Saud Shakil as an all-rounder. He's genuinely a batsman who does very basic part-time bowling, but yes, he can bowl a bit more than Kamran Ghulam for sure. I think Saud Shakil also offers a lot more with the bat in terms of the dynamic nature he can play, and he can stay at the crease. Kamran Ghulam has more of one gear or not, which is why he scored so many runs. But Saud Shakil has done it for a longer period of time with different formats, with different regions, with different with different types of balls, different conditions, and all that stuff. So yeah, I rate Saud Shakil a bit higher than someone like that. Zepho says, "What did you think?" I thought Abrar Ahmed was absolutely fantastic. I thought his spin was quite, and again, I'm watching from here. I'm watching as a fan, not as an actual player, but he looked quite predictable. I could tell he was bowling a googly or bowling a leg spinner or bowling a flipper or a top spin or whatever he was bowling. So I could tell definitely what he was doing. But the big issue was that the batsman couldn't pick him. If I can pick him, doesn't matter. But the batsman couldn't pick him, and that's why he took wickets. Bowled this fantastic googly. Can't remember who he got out, but he bowled brilliantly, though. So yeah, Abrar Ahmed, an absolute champion, honestly. When is the next PZ game? Let's do it. All right. So tomorrow is gonna be difficult. PZ for the win. Inshallah, we win. All right, Zepho, that'll be nice. PZ versus Islamabad United tomorrow. What time is it? Because it might be a time that I can't do, or it might be a time that I can do. So I have to check what time that game is. PZ VIU. Let's see what shows up. That is tomorrow. Oh, that is tomorrow morning for you, Afan. So I'll message you after the stream, and let's see if we can sort out a time. Might not be that I do the entire game or whatever. Might do the second innings, and then we can do that. But yeah, sounds good. Sounds awesome. Thank you so much, man. Shanu says, Shan Masood went to South Africa to work with Gary Kirsten. Shows he is not ready to settle for less. His commitment and passion for the game, the eager of learning and improving. Yeah, he's fantastic, man. That's what I'm saying. He's always wanting to learn. And I saw his interview with Jared Kimber, and he was just trying to learn from Jared rather than, players saying, oh, I just want to answer questions. He was actually genuinely intrigued. He was interested in getting better, improving his game. So yeah, very, very astute cricketer. And thankfully, he scored well today, and hopefully keeps scoring for Multan, and then maybe comes back on the side for sure. 2 p.m. UK. Thank you, Zepho. Thank you very much. Yo, that game is perfect since they're both our teams. Yep. Sounds like a plan, my friend. Because it's... Oh, Riley Russo comes down the track. Top edge. Up, and caught by a fielder. Can't see his face, unfortunately. Oh, it's Khurram Shahzad. Good catch. Running in. Good dive there. And there's another wicket. Riley Russo is gone. See, he's not the guy who comes in and starts bashing from the beginning. But alas, not good stuff happens sometimes. Right. Swingle says, Swingle is back. Yeah, he was amazing yesterday. He was economical as well. So the way they kind of balanced the entire team, that was very good. I was very impressed, to be honest. Someone says, I remember him in the early PSL. Yep. Multan imploding. I wouldn't say imploding. I think they're in a good position. Even if they get to they need to get at least 190 from this point onwards. They need to get 190. If they get above 190, they definitely have a shot because they've got Dahani, they've got Imran Tahir, they've got some very decent bowling options as well. So yeah, I can't really argue with the chances that Multan Sultans has. Laughing Coyote says, so Masood went from the captain to the bench. I kind of felt bad for him, but good to see him back. Yep, performing well as well. Catch it. And he did, Zepho. He definitely did. Should Wahab Riaz go back to domestic and come back with performance? Wahab Riaz is 34 or 35, something around there, right? I don't think he wants to go back to domestic and prove himself. It doesn't seem like he's that type of guy. But again, I don't know him personally. From what I can tell, and this is just from what I can tell, he wants to perform in the PSL and based on those performances, be selected for Pakistan. Domestic-wise, I'd love to see him in domestic, and hopefully I'm proven wrong there. Here we go by Rampus. Assalamualaikum. Thank you so much for joining. For everyone in the chat, I didn't say this. Please like, share, and subscribe, whichever channel you're watching it on. It really, really does help both channels. Under 170 is achievable. Yep, exactly. Yeah. What do you think of the top 4 is now? Right. I'm still going. I can't remember who I said before. But I know Islamabad, Lahore, definitely. The only change I think I might have is Quetta, because I didn't put Quetta in before. I put Quetta and Multan, but I didn't put Peshawar and Karachi. But now I think I'll put Peshawar and Multan as the other two sides in the top 4. Afan says Samin Gul has a lot of talent, but he needs to be a bit more consistent. Yesterday the ball was swinging, so he got away with it. but when the ball doesn't swing, then he is in trouble. He was off the mark a bit too much. Maybe it was because of the swing. Maybe it was because of the swing. I think it probably was. However, we have to see him in the next couple of games. If he gets a chance, if he does, how he gets on and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's brilliant. I'm at the bottom of the comments. I'm going to try and figure out if I can kick out Fazan, Quality Shots channel from here, because I have a feeling I can. Remove this destination from the broadcast. Can I do it? I don't want to try anything that's going to destroy Fazan's channel. So I'm going to let it go. I want to let it happen. And let's see how the next 5 overs transpire. Where are we? There we go. Right. It's 1-2-9 for 4. Yeah, we've got the strategic timeout at the moment. And it's good. I'm kind of glad. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that this is the match that I'm streaming, because I wanted to see some good batting. I wanted to see some good bowling as well. I've seen some decent bowling, especially at the start. But Shan Masood has just, what is it, cherry on top, right? The way he's actually batted is just brilliant. Zepho says it was a heat wave all this week, and the one day I have cricket tomorrow, it is raining. So sorry to hear that. That is how it is, isn't it? That's exactly how it is. Whenever you have cricket, that's when it rains. And that's exactly what's going to happen on the World Test Championship final. It's going to rain all throughout, isn't it? Oh, my goodness. Laughing Coyote says, burn his channel, bro. Oh, fine. I might. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. But I'm going to try and do something. I'm going to see if I can remove his channel from here. Will that do it? If I click remove, what happens? Remove this destination from the broadcast. A post was created on YouTube for this. Delete it? No, I don't want to delete it. Right, I'm going to try and remove it. Give me access to his channel. Afan, do you know what you're going to do if I give you access to his channel? You're going to go and do some crazy stuff. By the way, I will need access to your channel if we want to do it both on both channels as well, by the way. So, like I said, I'll get in touch after the stream today or later today, because it's only early afternoon for you, isn't it? Right, Muhammad Nawaz. So for everyone in the chat, just a thought. What do you think? Do you think someone like Muhammad Nawaz deserves to be in the Pakistan side, or do you think Imad Wasim will come back, or do you think both of them will play? Because it's highly unlikely that they both will play, but they're both very, very good players in their own right. So do you think they have any chance for both of them to play for Pakistan, or is it just one or the other? And if so, which one or the other? Zephyr says, if you give Laughing Coyote access to his channel, you will never see it again. I know, Zephyr, but I trust Laughing Coyote with a lot of stuff. So I'll see. Let's see. I won't give him his channel stuff because I can't. I genuinely can't. But yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be fun. I'm not gonna delete it. I'm not gonna delete it still. Just 2 likes on this stream. Thanks, Ritu. It doesn't matter. It's all good. However many likes there are, wherever there are, it's just good to have this discussion. And if I do have to go, I'll just have to end the broadcast straight away. But right now, I'm going to try and stream the entire innings. And hopefully then we can probably stream tomorrow as well if everything goes to plan. 1-3-1 for 4. Well bowled by Nawaz right there. Yes, he was going for runs, but since he got that wicket, he's been bowling a lot better. And Jonathan Charles is actually giving him a bit more respect as well, which is good to see from the Quetta standpoint. We got 1-3-1 for 4. Last ball of the 15th over coming up. And he plays it to mid-wicket, and that is a single to end the 15th over. 5 overs gone. The 15 overs gone. 5 overs left of this innings. Like I said, I'll try and do as much as I can in terms of the next 5 overs. Whatever I can do, I will stay on for that. Zephyr says, who do you think will be in the semifinals of the World T20? Okay. I think I said this before, but I said India, England, India, England, New Zealand, and then one of Australia, West Indies, or Pakistan. Okay? It'll be one of those 3 as the 4th option. I can't pick right now. Australia's not been the best. Neither as West Indies, neither as Pakistan. But West Indies is side that they've chosen for the World Cup, or side they're trying to make right now. It looks absolutely stellar. So West Indies definitely has a chance, I think. Where are we? Laughing Coyote says, I'm like Loki. Yes, you are. I haven't seen episode 2 yet. My dad and my brother have. I haven't seen episode 2 yet. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think it's good? It is good. Zephyr says, my exams finished this Friday. Great. Congrats. Party hard, my friend. Party hard. Hopefully you can relax and do a lot of stuff that you like once the exams finish. Congratulations. Ritu says, or Swan says, Asjad, can you do a full match? Stream. I understand it is difficult, but what can we do? But we are. No, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I can't, but I will start doing a lot more streams once again. I don't know when that will be. I'll try and do it in the test matches or things like that, but I'll let you know. Whenever I do have a plan, I'll let you know for sure. Yes, I hope so. Yeah, that's good. Mohammed Stan says, I think Nawaz has the edge for me. It's just he's just a better bowler, right? Plus, Ahmad used to be economical, but in teams are playing him better now. Yeah, they definitely are. They're playing a lot better than they used to. He's not that. He was never an X factor, but you know what I mean. They used to find him difficult, but now he's just one of the other slow left armers. Hazratullah Zazai was outstanding yesterday. Dude, he absolutely clobbered Muhammad Amir all over the place. He was the guy. Like, I said this to many people. If you look at those googlies from Zahir Khan, goodness me, fantastic bowling, fantastic. Right, sorry, back to the point. What I was trying to make is that Hazratullah Zazai, Rashid Khan, Muhammad Nabi, you could talk about Zadran, you could talk about Rahmanullah Gurbaz. These are players that Afghanistan has that play in the UAE, are brilliant in the UAE, and it's definitely being shown here. So yeah, Afghanistan is going to be an absolutely difficult team to play in the World Cup, in the World T20 later this year. Oof, it's going to be a tough competition, honestly. But as I talk about, spinners and UAE and Afghanistan and stuff, Zahir Khan, he's not Afghani, he's Pakistani, but he's bowling absolutely brilliantly. Like the way he's bamboozling Khushdil Shah right now is a sight for sore eyes. It's great. Vishut says, Windy's side is scary on paper, but that lineup has consistency issues. However, if they click together, they're unstoppable. And that's the thing with West Indies. 2012, same thing happened. 2016, same thing happened. So I don't know with West Indies, honestly. My World Cup semi-final is India, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, and West Indies. Wow. Oh, wow. Who's going to be top 4? Asjad says West Indies, Sri Lanka, India. Hey, man, like I said 300% sure that India, New Zealand, and England are going to get through. That 4th position is up for anyone. So if I had to pick one, I'd pick West Indies. But it's going to be one of Australia, West Indies, or Pakistan. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say Sri Lanka or Afghanistan or Scotland or anyone else. Goodness me. But yeah, appreciate that. Thanks. Renel says, I need a spinner. Then I say West Indies. Side is complete. Walsh needs to step up. Yep. Will Narayan play? Will Narayan come back? Is there any thought on Narayan coming back into the side? I don't really know. But yes, Hayden Walsh is an absolute beast. He just needs to keep improving. He's quite young, so he needs to keep improving. And once he does, he'll be able to perform regularly for West Indies, 100%. Shanu says, Shahnawaz Dahani is the find of this PSL. Yep. I don't know if he deserves a chance ahead of Amir. The only reason why, again, I'm apprehensive. I don't think Pakistan should push a lot of these players from the PSL too quickly into international cricket because that's how they get messed up. Heather Ali, maybe even Azam Khan might get to Mohammad Asnan, Mohammad Musa, Naseem Shah. A lot of these players are too young to be given that chance straight away. And because of that, they don't perform, and then they go to domestic, and then they don't do anything, right? There's another player, and I think Mohammad Asnan has just talked about him. Wow, Khushdil cannot hit the ball at all. That was a good bouncer by Khurram Shahzad, though. Very well bowled there. Very economical right now as well. Khushdil Shah struggled against the British Shamsi too. Not surprised he's not reading Zahir. Yep, agreed. I was thinking about Akil Hussain, but I don't know if he is a regular in the wide ball format for West Indies, but he's good. I thought he was good. Thought he was really good against Bangladesh. Laughing out, he says, I think they should select Amir and put him on the bench forever. That's the type of respect he deserves from your side, isn't it, Afan? Definitely, isn't it? Oh man, I saw one of the CPL matches. it was hard to play in the CPL. Yeah, I'd like to see how he is in the UAE, or not in the UAE, but he was good in Bangladesh. I want to see him a bit more when they face Pakistan, when they face South Africa. I want to see how Akil does against both of those sides. Ritu says, where are we? Asjad, will you stream India versus New Zealand? Yes, I will be streaming I'll be streaming a couple of sessions at least over the course of the 5 days of the test match. So yeah, I don't know if I'll post a time and place, but I know right now I'm fairly certain I'm going to stream the first session of the first day. That's what I've got in mind right now. And then from that point onwards, it'll be a bit difficult for me to manage. But yeah, right now that's my plan. Renel says, Walsh is good. I take him. His fielding is great and can bat a bit as well. Yep. Laughing Coyote. Oh, yeah, those are just the wickets. Laughing Coyote says, we need aggressive players like Shakib Al Hasan. Oh, I'm just watching the highlights. Brilliant bowling. Well bowled there. Yeah, so we need aggressive players. The thing with those types of aggressive players, Pakistan probably doesn't have proper aggressive batsmen right now or aggressive bowlers either, right? Especially spinners who are aggressive as anything. In terms of the batting, you have players who can smash the ball, but they're not consistent enough to be considered dangerous. Someone like Quetta Gladiators, he just needs more time to be invested on him. And then maybe he can score regularly and then come back into the Pakistan side. But he scored that 100 off 35 balls, and then since then, he hasn't done much. And even now, he's finding it very hard to time the ball. Yes, that's good fielding at the boundary. Good fielding, 2 runs there. I'm just going to... Where are we? It's 139 for 4. Let me just update the score. 139 for 4 in the 17th over. Quetta is 5 of 9, and Johnson Charles is just ticking along as well. Laughing Coyote says, I meant aggressive as in kicking the wickets and smashing them. He's banned because of that. So you want Muhammad Amir to do that exactly, don't you? So that he gets banned as well. 139 for 4, 16.4 overs gone. Khurram Shahzad running in to Khushal Shah once again. And where are we? Khushal Shah just smashes it down to long off for another single. Even the pace bowlers he's finding a little difficult, Vishwat says Shakib's aggressiveness isn't limited to cricket these days. No, it is not. Shakib might be an aggressive person, but he is surely not an aggressive batsman. Yeah, I kind of misunderstood what Afan was saying, and yeah, that's exactly what he was referring to. Yeah, cheers for that. Cheers, where are we? There you go. That's what I said. That's what he's referring to. Ritu says, Asjad, can Kamran Akmal come back? No. Not with Mohammad Rizwan doing what Mohammad Rizwan's doing. Kamran Akmal does not have a place in the side. Renel says, my top 4 are India, England, New Zealand, and then Pakistan are with West Indies. Charles smashes that. Oh, the fielder was in at mid-wicket as well. If they were in place, they would have taken that catch quite easily. But I have a feeling that's gone for 4, not for a 6. But let's see what it's actually done. Hassan Khan was in quite a few yards, to be honest. And he just taps that. What a shot. Actually, that's gone through his hands. Yeah. So I class that as a drop, and that's a 6. That's a 6. I would call that a 6. So that's a drop, and it's also, I would say 6 runs because it doesn't look like it bounced. Yep, Alim Dar, well done there. Well done. Ritu says, I'm betting for a QG win today, Asjad. Nice. Well, let's see if they can do it. If they can, that would be very good from a Quetta perspective, because that will bring them back in the table for a contention in the playoffs. Someone says, hello, how are you? I am well, thank you very much. Hope you're well as well. Hope everything at home is going very, very well. It's 146 for 4 last. 17 overs gone. 18 overs just about to begin. And we have Hasnan running in to Khushal Shah. Ball's a wide ball outside of a short one, and that's been given wide. Kind of harsh in my opinion, but yeah, that's been given as a wide. 147 for 4. Zephyr says, if Karachi don't qualify and Peshawar do, Peshawar will be the only team to qualify every year. Aha! That's good. That's really nice to see from a Peshawar standpoint. But yeah, Karachi is not looking good. Babar Azam, the only consistent batsman. In terms of the bowlers, I can't think of any, like, not as consistent as they were last year. Khurshid Shah, a heave once again, and that's another, yeah, that's just a single. That's not 2 runs. Yeah, that's another single down to square leg. 1 for 8 for 4, 17.1 overs. Hassan Khan is quick. He should have taken that catch, but otherwise, he's fielded quite well today. Mohammad Stan says we should not count Australia out just yet. The bowling, yeah. Asin Agar and Adam Zampar, both very good bowlers. They've got Cummins, they've got Stark. They might play Hazelwood. They've got Stoinis, potentially. They've got Marsh if they look that way. So, yeah, they've got options, which is why I put them as, a potential for that 4th spot. But the top 3, I know who that's going to be for sure. Oh, Charles down the ground. No one there, and that's gone for 4 as well. Full, I would say that was right in the slot, and Charles took full advantage of it. 150 up for Multan Sultans. And yeah, there we go. Ritu says, as I do think Islamabad United should drop Usman Khwaja. He's not gotten a 50 yet. At least he's not got 50, but he played really well with Colin Monroe. He got 41 of 27, if I'm not wrong, or 31 or something like that. So yeah, Usman Khwaja doesn't need to be dropped. I think the opening partnership is going fine. Zephyr says, is Babar injured from last night? Hope not. I don't know. I haven't heard anything, so I can't really tell you right now. But that's a top edge, goes over the keeper's head, going down to the fine leg boundary, and I believe that has gone for 4. Charles just slogging now, isn't he? Just slogging, trying to pull that one, and just gets a top edge, gone for 4. Lamika says, honestly, it's good for PSL if PZ qualifies. PZ actually tried to promote the league and their team as well. They promote it a lot. They've got a lot of cool videos, right, that you like as well, don't you, Fan? Plus, Labuskagni is scoring brilliantly in the country. Yeah, in England, he is. Yeah, he's. I don't know why Labuschagne doesn't play for Australia's T20 side. He hasn't played in this T20 side. I had no clue. But yeah, he really needs to. He scored 350 plus scores as striker above 150. So yeah, he definitely needs. Oh, down. Oh, on his legs. And this time gone over square leg. And that's another 6. Johnson Charles, 43 of 20 so far. 162 for 4. Hasnan is getting absolutely pumped in this over. Yes, Charles has not looked brilliant, but that shot was out of nowhere. Goodness me. Bring down the PZ haters. Thanks, Defo. Shanu says, no, Narayan will not play. All right, thank you for that. Much, much appreciated. Come on, QG, get a wicket, man. I don't know if they will. They probably will, like, in the last couple of overs, but right now, I feel as though Johnson Charles is on a roll. He's batting very, very well. Like I said before, edges galore. However, the ones that he smashed, he's hit 3 fantastic shots. Ain Handa says, guys, let's make a fan page of daily updates of New Zealand losing in knockouts. Ooh, that's... I'll let you do that if you want. Beautiful Yorker by Hasnan, but dug out by Charles there. And a quick 2. The fielder was a little lazy there. But 164 for 4. Last ball coming up of the 18th over. But good over for Quetta. Good over for Multan, this one. Zephyr says, why don't Pakistan bring Numan Ali into white ball? They should experiment. They could experiment, but because age is a huge deal in Pakistan in the team as well. Yes, you could talk about certain players coming to the side with whatever ages, all that stuff. If we put that aside, they don't want to play Numan Ali in white ball. They think he's served his purpose as a red ball bowler. Let's keep him as a red ball bowler, and that's probably what's going to happen moving forward as well. Ritu says the reason for Labuschagne not playing for Australia in the T20 is because him and Smith play the same way. I wouldn't say so, because Labuschagne and Smith, they both have different gears if need be. So they can both play very, very interesting innings for Australia, especially if they need someone in the middle order. But right now, Smith is not going anywhere, and Labuschagne is performing brilliantly. So he'll have to come into the side. I foresee that in some sort of way. Not right now, but let's see in the next 6 months or so. Zephyr says Pakistan don't play India in group stages of this T20. No, they don't. Pakistan plays West Indies, New Zealand, Australia, I believe, if I'm not wrong, and then one more team, which I genuinely can't remember. Mohammed Stan says maybe Charles was the right choice. He's making it look easy. Yeah, he took, surprisingly, he hasn't faced that many deliveries, has he? But Riley Russo came in and just tried to slog one, got out. So because Riley Russo's game isn't going from ball one. His game is slightly develop and then start smashing it. But Charles's game is usually you bash from ball one, which is the aggressive attacking approach, which is probably what they were taking. So I'm kind of glad they went down this route, and it's actually working for them very well. 18 overs gone, 165 for 4. Let me update the score. I'll wait till the end of this ball. Oh, well fielded by, is that Weatherald? Can't tell. I have a feeling that's Weatherald. But yeah, well fielded there at backward point. 166 for 4. Laughing Coyote says, Smith against India in that ODI series. Oh my goodness. What was it? 62 ball hundreds in both games. That was outstanding, man. Narayan is not coming back still. Guessing he is afraid and not comfortable of his action. Okay. I was disappointed with Banton performed so well in England, but not in Pakistan. Yeah, he performed well in 1 season or 2 seasons, but since then he's been a bit out of it as well. I prefer the ODI World Cup format. Everyone plays everyone rather than this group format, unless they add more teams, in which case then group format kind of makes sense. Yeah, they are looking to add more teams, which they'll probably look at for the longer format as well. Oh, not the best of fielding. However, that's gone for 4. Smashed it through covers, and Khushal Shah gets a boundary. Well done, Khushal. 170 for 4 in the 19th over this. Defo says, do you see PSL adding a new team soon? I don't think they're adding a new team in the next couple of years. They might do if PSL happens in Pakistan the whole way through next year and the year after that. And then they might start considering 1 or 2 more teams. But right now, I think they'll stick to the 6-team format. It's not hurting them at all, is it? I think that's probably the right way to go about it. Slower ball, well, at least looked like a slower ball, but this one was full and straight and just a single to Khushal Shah. Yeah, that was a slower one. Glad I was right there. 171 for 4. I didn't mean to show you that. Goodness me. Where are we? Yeah. Sumit Gupta says, hi, Asjad. Hello, Sumit. I can see your picture is Loki. So how you doing, man? Thanks so much for joining. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. If not, please just like the video, and that sends it to more individuals. I like the small number of teams, more equal competition. Look at the Premier League, so unbalanced. Fair enough. That's a beauty by Khurram Shahzad. He's another find of the season. Honestly, what a delivery! Beautiful Yorker, slower ball, and Charles just completely misses it. He's gone out of there. Slower one, yep, completely misread it, and he's gone. A wicket alert is on, and Johnson Charles goes for 47 off 24. 171 for 5. I'm good, man. Glad to hear that. Laughing County said, I think 7 should be max amount of teams, though. 6 is perfect, but they shouldn't go over 7. That would be too many matches then, and the hype will die down during the league. Yeah, can't argue with that. But like I said, if it's successful for 2-3 years in Pakistan, then they'll consider another side. Otherwise, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Someone says, by the way, this is my 3rd account. My name is... All right, okay. Well, glad you can join me from this account as well. Shanu says, your thoughts on Sarfraz Ahmed. Do you think he was treated badly? I don't know if he was treated badly. I think he was just made the fall guy in 2019 and then dropped from the side. However, his replacement, Mohammad Rizwan, is doing a fantastic job. So I don't think Pakistan misses him as much, apart from maybe his captaincy thing. Otherwise, Rizwan's a better keeper, and right now Rizwan's a better batsman. Sarfraz Ahmed can provide some sort of stability in the middle order, which would be good to see. But if Sarfraz plays, he has to keep, and Rizwan has to be in the outfield because because Sarfraz isn't the best outfielder at all. So it'll be tough. I don't think he was treated badly. I just think he was made a fall guy at the end of his main tenure as captain when Mickey Arthur and Azhar Mahmood were all kicked out. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There's a few comments. I didn't see those. Hard luck to Charles, but that was a beauty. That was a beauty by Khurram Shahzad there. Zebba says Islamabad United versus Peshawar Zalmi, Karachi Kings versus Lahore Qalandars. Great doubleheader tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to try, and like I said, I'm going to try and stream at least one of the innings with Afan tomorrow. And inshallah, that goes well. And if it does, then you'll be able to see me tomorrow as well. That'll be cool. It's all right, Laughing Coyote. It's all good, man. Yeah, please do check out Peshawari Coyote. You've got more subs now, haven't you? So yeah, check them out. Check them out for sure. And if you want to see reactions from a couple of months ago, where me and Afan both react to stuff, check out AA Meeting as well. So I thought I'd do a shameless plug too. It's all good. Afan is yourself, isn't it? Am I wrong? Or is that your character? I'm so sorry. Your character is Afan. Yes, you are right. I'm so sorry, Laughing Coyote. Mohammed Stan says, I can think of having Sarfaraz at number 5 in ODIs, but no space for him in T20s. And yeah, I hope Gabriel gets better soon because he's a key component to the West Indian test bowling at least. It's 173 for 5. Last over coming up, sorry. Last over, 173 for 5. 20th over. You've got Khushal Shah. You've got Sohail Tanveer. Let's see what happens. Zephyr says, I wish I could watch tomorrow's game, but I have school tomorrow. No problem at all. Glad you could join us today. It's great. Thank you so much for joining. Khushal Shah facing. And it's going to be Hasnan, right? It has to be Hasnan who's going to bowl, even though he was spanked in the previous over. But that was Charles. Charles is gone now. So Hasnan can come back strong in this over. That would seal it for Quetta Gladiators. But they've gone above 170, which is what I think Ramis and myself were talking about. 170 Quetta can chase. Oh, a beautiful Yorker first up. Oh, what a ball. Just on his feet. And Khushal had absolutely no chance. One stands against Pakistan. Now I'm getting scared. Yeah. I think if he's injured against Pakistan, right? That's good for Pakistan. However, I would like someone like Shan Gabriel to be playing against South Africa, to be playing against Pakistan, because the best team should face him, right? Yes, it's going to make it tougher for Pakistan, but that would show them to be a better side if they win, if you get what I mean. Laughing Coyote says, I have school too, but I watch it during the classes. not the best role model there for students everywhere, right? But you could do that if you're able to, if you're studying from home and stuff. Did you know after the Ronaldo Coca-Cola incident, Coca-Cola's shares went down by 4 million? What happened with Ronaldo and the Coca-Cola thing? Huh? Ah, interesting. I should invest in Coca-Cola, right? I think I have. All right. I didn't know that. 4 billion. That's a lot of money. Wow. Hasnan to Sohail Tanveer. He plays it down to deep backward square leg, and that is a single once again. So good bowling in this final over so far. Bowled 3 deliveries, all of them different types of deliveries, and just aiming for, a kind of approach where they don't need to think, oh, we're just gonna bowl Yorkers or anything. Quetta has come back quite strong in this over, and the previous one, Khurram Shahzad, has bowled spectacularly well once again. So he's impressed. He's impressed me quite a lot. Mohammed Stan says, "Come on, Yasir Shah bowled a good ball. When did he bowl a good ball? Oh, a low full toss straight down the ground, and that's gone for 6. Khushal Shah finally connects, and the commentator's curse comes back once again. Good shot. He just missed the Yorker by this much, and that goes for 6 straight down the ground. 181 for 5. Sorry, Khushal Shah. I think it's his first 6 of this innings." Zephyr says, "I love it when I can hear Rizwan speaking Pashto through the stump mic." I'm assuming you understand Pashto, because I don't. Laughing Coyote said, "I think they should play the best players so they know what they'll be facing in the World Cup." Yep, I get it. Khushal Shah, disappointing again, but that was a good shot. It was one to be hit, though. That's the thing. It was one that he should have dispatched, and that's exactly what he did. I have a feeling he is, or they are. So, yeah. Ow. There we go. I'll let you guys have an interesting discussion about Pukhtuns. 181 for 5. Hasnan running in. He's gone for 43 in his 3.4 overs. Ugh. Not good at all. And this time, misconnects. But yeah, still a single to Khushdil Shah. 182 for 5. ये कितने की है ये गोरा वाला कितने का है 50-500 ये भी 500 oh goodness me. Last ball. Hasnan has gone for 44, just like Haris Rauf yesterday, gone for so many runs, still no wicket to his name. Sohail Tanvir batting, and Hasnan with a slower ball doesn't really connect, and they take a single on the last ball of the innings. It's 183 for 5. 184 as a target is not too shabby, but I think it's something that Multan will really need to bowl a lot, really need to bowl well for. Target is 184. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. Honestly, I can't predict this match. I cannot predict this match. I'm going to go, like I said, I'm going to go Multan, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Multan. They'll have to bowl really well, and Dahani and Imran Tahir will have to bowl out of their skins as they'll usually do. Wo bhi main hoon. Oh, acha. Nice. Zephyr says, my school cricket team got smashed for 222 at school level. That was brutal. Wow. Khushdil is a real disappointment. Yeah, can't doubt that whatsoever. Right, guys, thank you so much for joining. Much appreciated. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It was an off-the-cuff PSL live stream, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining. Like I said, more likely than not, I'll be streaming with Laughing Coyote tomorrow. There's about a 90% chance of that. And yeah, and then the day after, I'll be streaming the first session of the first day of the World Test Championship Final. Please do join me over there. Thank you so much for joining. And just before I end, yeah, I think it's enough. But like I said, Multan Sultans do have to bowl quite well to restrict Quetta Gladiators. Thank you so much for joining. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.